Hey everyone, Lydia in here. Today I'm going to be bringing you a new updated Black Ops tutorial for EVE Online. Considering my last video is about 5 years old, give or take a couple months at this time, I thought I should definitely bring you guys a new video with the updated mechanics of EVE since that last video, with like the implementation of jump fatigue and range implementation changes. I thought I should just go ahead and do this, and what better way of doing it than with a fucking multi-billion-esque ship like the Marshall. So, first thing we're going to need is obviously a Black Ops battleship, and a Black Ops battleship is a Tier 2 Black Ops with a jump drive and a lot better, I guess, stats. Uh, one of the Marshalls, like actually any Black Ops battleship will have a fuel bay, and you will need isotopes. Now, the type of isotope you will need will be dependent on your ship. The Marshall uses helium. The Widow, which nobody ever uses because it's crap, uses nitrogen. And I believe the Sin uses helium as well. I can't remember what the other two use because, well, the Marshall's the best ship. I'm going to be honest here. So moving on, you're going to need a Black Ops. You're definitely going to want to have a tier 2 cloak or better. Obviously, you know, the blinkier of the ship, you're going to want a little bit better cloak. And you're going to want a covert jump portal generator if you're going to be bridging other people in. If you're just going to be dropping on your own, you can just drop this for like a newt or something extra. But this is what we're going to be going over a bit more today, considering most Black Ops are just bridgers nowadays, and they just bring in the troops onto the battlefield instead of going in themselves. So here is the covert jump portal generator. It acts like a standard Titan jump portal generator, except it can bridge Black Ops through, and only Black Ops through. Big disclaimer, only Black Ops. If it can fit a tier 2 covert ops cloaking device, it can bridge it through, basically. So, with this, we're obviously going to use something called a covert cynosural field. This is what's special about the Black Ops. Normal cynosural fields, like I'll switch over to my alt, and I'll pull up its fitting where it has both types of cynos. If we look at the normal cyno, it just generates a cynosural field for capital ship jump drives to lock onto. So this is your general cynosural field, and one of the downfalls of it is it lasts for a period of time for 10 minutes unless your ship has a buff that will reduce the time, and it costs quite a bit of ozone even at level 5. So if you had this trained to level 1, you need 450 units of liquid ozone. Now, what's nice about the Black Ops is it has its own cynosural field called a covert cynosural field. And this generates an undetectable cynosural field which only Black Ops jump drives can lock onto. So normal capital ships, normal Titans, they won't be able to jump to this, but Black Ops can if they are in the same fleet. With that said, this also has a lot better stats. This consumes way less fuel than any of the others, and it has a lot shorter time frame. It has a minute activation cycle with a 30-second reactivation delay. So whereas the normal cyno you have to wait 10 minutes for it to cycle, this you can do it in 60 with a standard stealth bomber. So I'm actually going to undock this and show you guys how that process works. Like I said, you're going to need this scale, which requires cynosural field theory train to 5, which is about a good 2 to 3 week train. And you're going to need liquid ozone in your fuel bay. I have plenty of it, so I'm not going to worry. Here I am just outside a friendly Astra house. When lighting a cyno, you should definitely be aware of your surroundings. You can't light a cyno when you're going over 500 meters a second. So if you're blaring that micro warp drive and you try to light a cyno, it's not going to happen because the game will refuse to let you do that. So, how to see the area in which people will jump in or bridge into. You can open up your tactical overlay and you can hover over the cyno. This will emit a red sphere, and basically if something were to jump to you, it would spawn on the edge of that red sphere. So that's what it would look like on our end. I'm actually going to tab back over here and I'm going to undock my Marshall to kind of give you guys a demonstration of what would happen if you were to be in a Black Ops fleet. Say you're sitting out in a safe in nullsec and your FC is like, okay, Blops on cloak. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to be awaiting a cyno, and you're going to know the hunter because That's how fleets usually work. You're going to sit still, you're going to be ready, and then all of a sudden you're going to hear Cyno's up, Blob's bridge. So here we go. I just let the Cyno here on my alt. I'm going to tab over here to my Black Ops, and I'm going to right click, go to bridge. Now this bridge will only show up if you have this covert jump portal generator installed. Here we have bridge 2, and here's my alt. I'm just going to click that. You're going to see a blue kind of particle effect. This signifies that the bridge is on. If you see this and you're in a stealth bomber and people are telling you to bridge, right click me, bridge through to, my alt in the system. That's what it will generally say. I don't remember it off the top of my head. So here we go, this blue orb would go through, and then people would jump through in this red circle around me, and then they would go attack the target, or they would do whatever. Now, if I wanted to jump through, it's as simple. Right click, jump to, fleet, cyno, Elysial Axe Room. Be careful though, because this fucking happens more often than not. Bridge 2 and jump 2 are separated by 2 bars of space. Please do not mix these two up, or else you will be in a lot of trouble, and you're going to pay that consequence with the price of your ship. So, let's just reiterate that. Make sure you know when to bridge, and make sure you know when to jump. I'm just going to do this cycle again, that way you guys see the jump animation for the Black Ops. And I'm going to show you guys what it will look like on the alt screen. So here we go, I'm going to light it in one more time. I'm going to jump to, and I'm going to jump to my fleet cyno. Here we go, we're jumping through. It's a little blue orb effect. I'm going to switch over here. I'm going to switch over to my alt, and you see where my character appeared in the system? Appeared right on the edge of the red sphere. So, like I said, just be careful. If you're doing it on a Citadel, you should definitely know when and where to light your cynos. I'm just going to dock this inside because I don't really want to lose this today, especially in a tutorial video. So I'm just going to go put that away. But there you go, there you guys have it. This is the basic Black Ops tutorial. Now when you're going more in depth, this is kind of like a trial and error process. Definitely learn how to do this before you go on a fleet, because you're going to put stress on the FC, and you're going to put stress on yourself when you're being told to do a lot of things and you've never really done them before. So I highly recommend you practice this on your own. Ask somebody, hey, can you just light a cyno in a fleet really quick so I can get this practice, down. So that's going to end the tutorial for me. Thank you guys for watching, and have a great day.
Yeah, we're gonna drop it like it's hot. Yeah, fuck it, we're gonna drop it like it's hot, boys. Be ready.
But what if they have a cyno?
The cyno will die so quickly.
No, let the cyno fucking stay up.
Yeah, true.
Alright, be ready, be ready, be ready, be ready, be ready.
Do you want bubbles up as soon as we get in?
Yeah, fuck it,
We're dropping on Vexers?
Oh, fuck!
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Oh, fuck! 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 Oh! Shut up! Set destination 1 M4. Fucking now, go! Go! 1 M4, set destination.
Like it.
Fuck!
Stop spamming me.